today, today, as we start this show, this one mic. We hail and boom, throughout the stadium, there is a pause throughout the stadium as this man sounds like he just coughed up a lung. They're looking around. The Jumbotron shows and pans the cheerleaders, and as it goes down each cheerleader's face, each one breaks up into laughter, which at this particular time destroys half the stadium. The other half is still trying to figure out what the hell just happened. Does this guy need CPR or something? And then at that particular time, I lost it. Devon Truck. Yes, today.
Blog Talk Radio.
Start the show, this one mic.
Phoenix is another place. They got a great training staff. They were able to breathe life back into Shaq. And you can do that. People talk a lot about their training staff.
Blog.
Yes, today, as we start this show, this one mic.
Coming up as well here, coming up here around the corner. We got Canelo fighting coming up. I think that's going to be with Plant. I think that's going to be a surprisingly good fight. People are going to talk about that fight after the fight. I think that's got a lot of, they already got a little bit of stuff. So boxing's hot, but we had to hit the trilogy here. Brooklyn says no to Kyrie. Nets. Go ahead. Brooklyn Nets come out. We got Brooklyn Nets come out and, gonna say Kyrie can't play, can't practice. Hammer, this Kyrie saga, man. You and I have been talking about this for a long time. Man,
there's nothing to laugh about, really. I mean,
it's crazy.
I know you're not laughing and being malice and malicious, but I mean, let's just be real. Kyrie lost his mom at a young age. He's got some serious mental health issues. It's shown throughout his NBA career that he's not well, and so I really think he's the type of cat that needs an intervention because this is no virus to play with. One of my friends in Madison, 33-year-old brother, unvaccinated, dead in Mississippi. So this ain't nothing to play with. And especially you got cats who with millions of dollars don't want to get vaccinated. I mean, you know, just something ain't right with his mental health. And so, again, I don't want to be. I mean, I'm a PK. I'm not going to proselytize on here, but I'm going to pray for the brother. I mean, just real talk. I know that doesn't offend people, but he needs prayer because, I mean, you're talented with some of the best. I remember seeing him as a Duke freshman, only 9 games, 10 games, balling, off an injury. I just knew he was a special player. And, at that time, you just seen him disintegrate from Cleveland to Boston to, Brooklyn. And so, like I said, it just, it's just a sad situation and he needs prayer. I mean, people are laughing about it, people are castigating him. I think really he needs empathy and he needs concern because, I mean, he's playing around with a virus that doesn't play with you. That's vicious.
And the hard part, I think the part you hitting hammer is he's a world-class athlete. And maybe he can withstand it and work through it. But as you say, the people around him and what is done, particularly to communities of color, is should be part of this equation. And so part of it, I always wonder, like when I see stuff like this, I'm like, who's their Jim Brown? Like, who's the cat in their group who just tell you what you need to hear? You know what I'm saying? And it feels like some of these young guys don't have a Jim Brown in the group. Everybody's to get along, whereas there were times where there's going to be an intervention. Like, there's going to be an intervention where cats are going to come in the room and sit down and say, hey, you and I got to talk about this. And all this other stuff, I mean, I just don't see it case after case. There seems like there's this, everybody can say what they want to say, and as if there's no right or wrong. We are all looking at really important perspectives. But on some things, when you're talking about the number of people who have been tested and in all the case and all the science and support around it, and it doesn't appear to be something that's more medically related. It's more just individual choice based on a whole bunch of other stuff. It just seems like, for all the things you're saying, he wants to be a role model. He's talking about a lot of these things. Health and wellness is a big part of the community, particularly as it means for communities of color and men of color especially. And so even in his indigenous side, which I think is also playing a big major role in this, as he's begin to rediscover his connection to his indigenous community side. There's still elements of this that he has to still be concerned about as it relates to all aspects of his heritage. So we know all the historical stuff, but there's also science involved in this that he's just ignoring, and it's crazy. Youngin, you're a different generation, man. So you might have a different perspective on this.
I really don't. I really don't have anything else to say.
Wise beyond his years, bro. Wise beyond his years. Yeah, wise beyond his years. Because he's telling the truth. I mean, and you have all these, and D. Will's, the problem is you have all these sycophants around Kyrie. Like you said, there's nobody out there, if they truly care about Kyrie, would sit him down and be like, bruh, you playing with your, I mean, I'm indigenous. I'm you can see how
today. Yes, today. As we start the show, this one mic. We hail. And boom.